Velu Nachiyar, the warrior queen who defeated the British. Long before the name Jhansi Rani echoed through the streets of India, before the word freedom even meant hope for millions, there was one woman who dared to do what no one else had dreamed of. She fought the British. And she won. This is the forgotten story of Velu Nachiyar, the first Indian queen to challenge British rule and defeat them in battle. Let's begin. She was born in the year 1730, in the kingdom of Ramnad, Tamil Nadu. Her name was Velu, a princess not raised with silk and poetry, but with swords and strength. From a young age, she was taught to ride horses, wield swords, and fight like a soldier. She mastered Silambam, a traditional martial art, and spoke Tamil, English, French, and Urdu with ease. Her father, King Chellamuthu Vijayaraghunatha Sethupthi, believed, "Why teach a girl to only read when she may one day need to rule?" Little did he know, his daughter would become a legend. As a young woman, Velu married King Muthuvdugnatha Tevar, ruler of the Shivganga kingdom. The two ruled wisely, with kindness for the people and strength for their enemies. But peace didn't last. In 1772, the British East India Company, greedy for power, formed a deadly alliance with a local ally, the ruler of the Arcot Nawab. Together, they launched a brutal surprise attack. Her husband, the king, was killed in battle. Soldiers stormed the palace. Velu, with her young daughter, escaped under the cover of darkness. Heartbroken, homeless, hunted. But she was not broken. Velu fled to the neighboring kingdom of Dindigul, where she was protected by Hyder Ali, the Sultan of Mysore. There, she didn't hide. She didn't mourn. She trained. For 8 long years, Velu Nachiyar built an army. She formed secret alliances. She planned every step of her revenge. She was joined by 2 brave generals, the Marudhu brothers, and together they trained an army of both men and women. Yes, women warriors. Velu formed India's first known women's regiment, naming it after a young girl named Udayal, who had sacrificed her life to protect her queen. Velu Nachiyar was not just fighting a war, she was building a revolution. Among her fiercest warriors was a young woman named Kuyili, fearless and loyal. One night, when Velu's army was ready to strike, Kuyili volunteered for the most dangerous task, to destroy the British ammunition depot. She covered herself in ghee, lit a torch, and ran into the heart of the British camp. Flames exploded into the night sky. Kuyili had become India's first recorded suicide bomber, giving her life for her queen and country. Velu watched, not with sorrow, but with fire in her heart. It was time. In the year 1780, Velu Nachiyar launched her attack. With the Marudhu brothers, her women's army, and weapons supplied by Hyder Ali, she stormed the Shivganga fort. The British soldiers, unprepared for her tactics and fury, fell one after another. And on that historic day, Velu took back her kingdom. She became the first Indian ruler to reclaim her land from the British East India Company. She ruled again, not as a widow in mourning, but as a victorious warrior queen. Velu Nachiyar ruled for 10 more years before passing the crown to her daughter. She died in 1796, surrounded by the very people she had once saved. But as decades passed, her name faded from textbooks, forgotten by history. While others were celebrated as freedom fighters, Velu Nachiyar, the first to win against the British, remained unknown. It wasn't until 2008, over 200 years later, that the Indian government finally issued a postage stamp in her honor. So why does this story matter? Because Velu Nachiyar proved that one woman, with courage in her heart and fire in her soul, could stand against the mightiest empire the world had seen. She wasn't just a queen. She was a warrior, a mother, a revolutionary, a leader who inspired the brave souls who came after her. Today, her story deserves to be heard not just in Tamil Nadu, but across the world. The sword of Velu Nachiyar may be buried in time, but her spirit, it still marches, riding on the winds of freedom.